This is Feminine Features. The main purpose of this show is to discuss chick flicks. I'm Anne Sully Sullivan.
I'm Jenna Morrissey.
And I'm Windsor Jewell.
And today we are joined by local luminary, beloved educator, and Sound of Music's mega fan, Sydney Canner.
That's me.
Woo!
So you may have guessed this week we are watching The Sound of Music. In order for you to enjoy and understand this podcast, we recommend that you watch before listening. But if you haven't, here's Jenna with some background and a brief synopsis.
Hello.
Wait, guys, you ever see the clip of Leslie Jones when she's a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race?
We've been watching RuPaul's
and
Drag
you see,
Race.
and like when RuPaul comes down and she goes, "Oh my God, you're doing it right in front of me." That's how I feel right now.
That's so funny.
That is truly an honor for us
It is,
to hear.
really. No, she does that a lot. She does her like Instagram stories where she yells at the TV. My mom's a big fan of that. Yeah. Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah. Sydney is a good friend of ours.
Yes.
We hang out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Love friendship.
yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's jump into The Sound of Music. So this is a 1965 20th Century Fox film. It's based on the musical of the same name, but also the memoir by the real Maria von Trapp.
Mhm.
This is directed by Robert Wise and screenplay by Ernest Lehman. And this movie stars, of course, Dame Julie Andrews as Maria.
Woo!
It's just unbelievable. Just
Mhm.
unbelievable. Then we have Christopher Plummer as Captain Von Trapp.
And may he rest in peace.
Woo! We have a bit
Rip,
of
gone too
a Zac Efron, Troy Bolton in High School Musical 1 situation here because he's not singing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not singing.
Being
That
dubbed
is
by-
Bill Lee singing.
Wow,
Give
I didn't
credit.
know that.
Give credit to that Drew Seeley.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have Eleanor Parker as the Baroness Elsa. Richard Hayden as Max, what is it,
Detweiler.
Detweiler, thank you.
Mega fan over here.
I know. Well, thank you. Thank you. We have Peggy Wood as Mother Abbess.
Of
Woo!
course.
Charmaine Carr as Liesel. Now we're getting into the kids.
Also, may she rest in peace.
Of course.
Yeah, rip.
This is an old movie. It's an old movie, you know?
That's true.
We have Nicholas Hammond as Friedrich. And then Heather Menzies as Louisa.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Chase as Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
Angela Cartwright as Brigitte.
Woo!
Debbie Turner as Marta.
Yeah.
And Kim Carafe as Gretel.
Uh-huh.
Woo, 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 woo.
All right. So this movie, obviously it's a musical. I don't mention all the musical numbers in this summary.
I'll do it for you.
But they're all extremely important and very culturally significant.
Iconic.
So
Banger after banger.
sorry for not
after
mentioning
banger.
them, but they're just kind of implied.
I'm
It's
sure
the
they'll
sound
come
of
up.
fucking music.
Sound of
You
sound of
know?
music.
There's gonna
The
be
hills
music.
are alive.
Listen to it.
You're gonna hear sounds. You're gonna hear music.
Exactly. So it's 1938. I thought it was 1939, but it's 1938.
They're vague about the year at the open.
Mm-hmm. And Maria is a young woman. How
So-
young?
Young, I mean, a novitiate in an abbey she grew up next to can't be older than 19.
Well, let's
I'm-
not worry about that.
Well, of course, that's
Well,
what
she's
Windsor and I
gotta
were
be-
discussing. I'm going with 20.
Sure.
But
She's gotta
it's
be older
not
than
a plot
16.
point.
They don't say it. She's got to be older
Well,
than
gotta
16.
be older than
because
16.
She's
We know
older
that.
than Liesel.
Mhm.
She's
Yeah.
older
Right.
than Liesel.
So it's not that creepy.
It's fine.
Oh.
So
She's like a nanny. I know.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
like,
I
she's
know.
like a babysitter.
I know a ton of early 20-year-old nannies.
yeah, of
Oh,
course.
absolutely.
Yeah.
She was one.
Me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go childcare.
So yeah, sorry for that tangent right off the bat. I just
We'll get into it.
we were of course
I'll mention it
discussing
again, but it's
Yeah.
not critical to the plot
It
of
is
the
really
film.
not.
No.
Everything's fine.
If you don't think about it, it's great.
So she's studying to be a nun
Like some
at the
old-
abbey that she grew up next to, and her free spirit causes concern with the
So-
fellow nuns at the abbey, and she is sent to be a governess
Governess.
Governess,
governess.
yeah, governess.
at
Hell yeah.
the Von Trapp family.
Mm-hmm. 7 children.
7 Children
Mhm.
of the war hero,
Of the war
Admiral
hero.
Von Trapp,
Captain.
Captain, excuse me,
Yeah.
Von Trapp, super fan over here.
Yeah.
Uh,
You know it's Captain.
I know it's Captain. I fucked up.
Mhm.
I'll admit it. But definitely like a World War I veteran.
Yes, he was
So-
part
Had
of
to
the
be.
Navy.
Not a young guy.
He was
No.
part of the Navy.
Georg.
Georg. My man Georg. So yeah, he has 7 children, and they have scared away their past few nannies. But Maria will not be as scared because she's
Mm-mm.
what? Joe Frost, the super nanny.
She's confident.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Maria is me when I first went into education. I'm going to be the savior to children.
That's
I'm
the
gonna be
mindset.
the one to fix it.
And as she goes to as she makes her way, she sings a song that she has confidence.
Yes, she
She
does.
has
She
confidence
builds
and
up that
confidence.
confidence.
She
Yeah.
does build up the confidence.
I can really see you singing that on your first day of
Literally.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you throughout the film, not just because you picked it, but because I'm like, right, this is like a blueprint for childcare post 1964.
So Maria is the cool nanny, and she makes them clothes, and she teaches them to sing, and she
Mhm.
takes them on boat rides.
Mhm.
And
Fun 60s patterned lederhosen.
All
yes,
behind
out of the curtains, of
all
course.
behind their father's back.
right.
What a cool
'cause
nanny.
He was out in Vienna
Yes.
for work.
He's also a
And-
widow, guys. He's also a widow.
Yes.
So hot to be a widow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Von Trapp is also a widow.
Widower.
Go single parents.
But yes.
Shout out to my single mom.
Yeah.
Shout
Shout
out.
out.
Shout
out to single
Cindy's
parents.
mom.
Shout out to single parents.
So when the captain returns from Vienna and sees this, and he also brings Elsa and Max back with him, he wants to fire Maria, but then he hears the children singing.
Yes.
And it's the first time he's heard them sing in years, and he
Yes.
changes his mind.
Yes.
And Max suggests entering them in the Salzburg Festival, which he runs, question mark?
Mhm.
He's the MC,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
He's a
And
talent
the
scout.
captain doesn't want them singing in public. And it's like, okay, because it's just like a private thing. Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead, Sid.
I would say one, it's a private thing. Like you're a very admired Navy captain of Austria, of 1938 Austria,
Landlocked country.
landlocked.
Neither here nor
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But also, we must all keep in mind that in 1938, we had a big world moment happening in 1938
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
Yes. So he just did. Do we say it now?
Those guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's World War II, everybody.
World War II.
Almost.
Oh, no.
Almost.
It's the beginning, the early stages
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nazi
of
occupation.
Nazi
Yeah,
occupation.
Yeah.
World War II. And you know,
Not good.
as a very admired, well-earned, medaled, very accomplished Navy captain, why would he not be recruited?
Mhm.
Why would
Yeah, it's
you know,
true.
why
It's
would
true.
the Nazi regime
I wonder
not,
if that'll come up later.
not want to recruit a man? Which now that you mention landlocked, he's a Navy
Yeah.
captain in
Yeah.
a landlocked country.
I mean, we don't got to get into the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
Such a tangent.
He was sailing boats in the Mediterranean with the Turks
This
in
is
World War One.
This is true. This is
bombing
true.
Italian tankers or whatever.
This is true. Anyway, yeah, he doesn't want his children on stage. It's a privacy thing, totally respectful, but also it gives the impression like, oh, I want public view. I want public adoration. I want, like I'm here in the public. I'm a public figure type of thing.
Image to uphold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they also
Which is-
literally say about this festival, it will show that everything is fine in Austria.
Yeah.
Shows that everything is like
Yes.
still the same.
He's taking a
Nothing
poli-
has changed. Is
Yes,
what they
he's
say.
Yeah.
taking a political stand that
Yes.
Austria is changing not for the better.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So the captain doesn't want them to sing at this festival. And then they throw a big party at their massive house, and the captain dances with Maria and
Mhm.
Elsa, who is trying to marry the captain
For his money.
for his money.
She's rich too,
Actually, she
though.
has money.
Yeah.
She's a socialite.
Yeah, she just likes him.
She's
word.
who
She likes
I-
him, doesn't like the idea of having 7 children.
Yeah, not in love with it.
Not in love with it. Can't really connect with the kids.
I would have gone more in her direction than Maria, not to be that guy.
Guys, I don't deal. I teach like an average of 25 kids for 6 hours a day. She'll be fine. She
Yeah,
will.
exactly.
Exactly, which is
She'll
why
be fine.
we don't have to hire the super nanny by marrying her for life.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And we can-
Exactly.
she has cool friends who are gossiping gaily in Vienna. It just seems more my speed. That's
No, it's true. It's true.
I'm not a Navy
but
captain,
she is
So-
also a Nazi sympathizer? Question mark. Right? Is that?
I kept
is that
waiting
the
for
take?
the other shoe to drop, but no.
I don't think so.
Because that's what I said to Windsor when we were watching it. I was like, what? Like, I get Elsa is like supposed to be kind of the antagonist, but
I don't know, because she has moments of sympathy. For example, when not to spoil, but there is a boy who is being recruited for Nazi youth, and as young boys are, very easy to
oh my God, I
recruit.
didn't mention Rolf.
Yeah.
16 going on 17. Come on.
I know. But
It'll come.
we'll get there.
I didn't get him in the
but
cast,
you know,
I'm so
like
sorry.
he is sending a letter. He's delivering a letter, and obviously Captain Von Trapp is not happy with it. It's really a moment of like, don't shoot the messenger type of thing, but sadly, whatever. And she's like, he's just a boy. So she does have sympathy. I don't know if she's a real like sympathizer. I do think, she's someone who isn't affected whether or not the Nazi regime come in or don't come in. So she's just like, as long as I keep my money and I'm happy,
yeah,
she'll play along. Doesn't mean she agrees.
yeah. But it kind of does, because you know what the captain does when he is recruited? He gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But we're not
Takes us
there
there,
yet.
sorry.
We're not there yet.
We just love the movie so much.
So Elsa is trying to marry the captain, and she tells Maria that like she saw her blush when they were dancing together, and like that the captain's definitely interested in her. So that convinces Maria to move back into the abbey, basically.
So she gets nervous. She's like, he can't be in love with me.
Yeah.
She's trying to be a nun, folks.
She's trying to be a nun.
Trying to be a nun. So then Mother Abbess doesn't allow Maria to stay there, because the abbey shouldn't be a place to hide from things like that. You have to face your problems head on.
You got to climb every mountain.
Yes.
Yep. She's
She
like,
sang
was he
that
cute?
song.
Gorgeous number. Gives me chills.
Yeah.
So then Maria returns to the Von Trapp house and learns that the captain and Elsa are now engaged. But it really doesn't last long, because Elsa basically calls it off upon Maria's return.
Because she
just
realized,
pretty much.
and this is where like, sympathy comes in. She realizes that he is not in love with her.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know my self-worth, and I'm going to go back to my friends and my parties, and we'll love each other from afar.
She does his emotional development for him in kind of a
does.
monologue, and he's like,
Yes.
"Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make out with the nanny."
She goes, thank you, darling, and I'll go pack my little things and head to Vienna where I belong.
And he was like, "Yeah."
Mega fan, people.
Good.
So then Maria and the captain get married to a reprise of How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria, which always felt mean to me.
I think it's funny.
No, it's great.
I think,
Honestly, you're right. One could take it offensively, because I will tell you all my if I had to give an advertisement in 30 seconds or less, I'll say it later. But Ariana Grande did a take on this song in SNL, and instead of it being like a joke, she's like, "Wow, you guys are doing." So you're right. It is supposed to be offensive. You're right. It's like older sisters being like what are this is my younger sister. Come on, and it's
Yeah. How do you solve a problem like Maria is not saying how can we be problem solvers like Maria. It's how do we solve the problem
Maria.
that is Maria, you know? So that's why it's mean.
it always felt like a shockingly conservative sequence in the film.
Yeah.
When they suddenly enter the giant church. And it's like, if you're fun loving, the only way to really work that out is to marry a strict guy in a massive, super Catholic ceremony.
Yeah. So yes, they get married, and then we basically go all in on the Nazi subplot that has been brewing throughout.
There have been characters, like it's not like it was just a telegram. Like there have been characters who've come up, and they're like, oh,
yes, of course,
it's coming.
Rolf, who I have not mentioned.
But they don't show any swastikas or actual Nazi uniforms
No,
until
they
after
don't.
the wedding, and it's like a very pronounced
Yeah. It's like,
Anschluss happened.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very like Austria is changing.
Yeah.
Yes. So Max does end up entering the children in the Salzburg Festival.
Again,
while-
behind the captain's back,
Yes,
as they were
while
on
the
their
newlyweds
honeymoon.
are on their honeymoon. And
Man's got
the
no
Nazis
control of his family.
have taken over Austria. When the couple returns to Salzburg, the captain learns that he's been ordered to be an admiral for the German Navy and must report there immediately. And without a moment of hesitation, he knows that the family has to flee the country. There is not a...
We gotta go.
He goes, all right, I guess we have to leave.
So so like this is like the last like 30-ish minutes of the movie.
Yes.
So he's like, so here's my thought. Ready? So they're like, we got to go quietly. So there's a scene. They're pushing the car, not driving the car. They're pushing the car out. And so the kids, so there's 2 staff members. There's the housekeeper and the groundsman.
It's what did Chekhov's Nazi butler? If you introduce a Nazi butler in the first act, he's got to come back in the third.
Right. So I was like, so the kids are asking Maria and Captain Von Trapp. They're like, why haven't we told like Frau Schmidt and the landsmen, and they're like, because we want them to answer truthfully that they really don't know where we are, where we went. So admirable. I personally believe that the butler ratted them out.
He was giving them Nazi looks.
There's
left and
a
right.
scene,
Yeah.
like this is a real move in 1965. The butler is watching them from the window.
Yes, exactly.
Leave.
Yeah, I thought
definitely-
that's what that was implying.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
He definitely taps, because shocking. Anyone? Spoiler alert! As they leave the gate and they all try to get into the car, 3 cars, lights, camera, action. Where are you going?
Yes.
They're
It's
like,
yeah.
they're
It's,
like, we're going to the festival.
Yes,
of
they
course.
lie and say that they're going to the festival, and they say that the whole family is going to perform.
Yeah.
And they show the program, but the program just has the kids' names. And so the Nazis are like, "Oh, Captain Von Trapp, you're going to perform?" And he's like, "Actually, yes, I am." And they do, in fact, perform at the festival, and Captain Von Trapp sings Edelweiss. And it's just so good.
He does a protest song on acoustic guitar.
He does.
Yes, he does.
Very 1964.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You're so right.
So true. And while they are announcing the winners of the festival, the family,
They flee.
Yeah, they flee. They escape to the mountains, and they're gonna cross the border over the mountains because the borders were closed.
They had to walk over those mountains.
From
They
Salzburg.
hid in the
Salzburg.
abbey briefly, and Rolf found them.
They were gonna go to Switzerland.
Yeah. Rolf found them and like ended up tattling. He wasn't gonna, and then he did because he's a pussy little Nazi bitch.
Because he hates Jews.
Well, he also secretly is in love with Liesel.
But not
Which is-
enough.
Well, yeah,
But not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not as much as he's in love with Hitler, apparently.
Exactly.
Love was not enough in this case.
So get him out of here, and but they all escape, and it's all
actually, he was gonna go with him. Captain Von Trapp being the
good.
country
That's what he was trying to convince
awarded
them.
Navy man that he is. He
said, "Come
convinced.
with us."
He had a moment. He convinced him to not shoot. He convinced Rolf to not shoot the family. And he's like, made it so enticing. Come away with us. No one will ever know. You'll be safe. You'll be free. And as a little boy who is just being brainwashed, is like, oh my God, I do have freedom. And then, Captain Von Trapp finally takes the gun away and just has to make the jab. You'll never be one of them. And that's where Rolf is like, Lieutenant, they're here.
I know.
Mega fan.
Well, he should make a jab at him because he's a Nazi.
'Cause he's a Nazi.
Absolutely.
And then he's like, but I want to be a Nazi.
Yeah. That's it.
Great.
That's the movie.
That's the movie.
And they go away to Switzerland. Fun fact, the real Von Trapp family made it all the way to Stowe, Vermont. They created an inn.
Yes.
I've been there.
Oh,
We're
you
gonna
have?
get there.
I've been
We're
there.
gonna get
Yeah,
there.
but they in real life, y'all, they lived and they were successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandparents like fucking loved the Von Trapps.
So
And they grew up in New England in that area. Yeah.
Right,
love,
of course.
love.
I believe my grandmother met Maria Von Trapp.
Shut the
Whoa.
front door.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Vermont
That's-
was not a highly populated area.
That's
No.
a piece of history.
1955.
That's
you
a
know?
piece of history. The children are buried on the lands of the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
As far as themes
I
go,
wanna be your
I
grandma.
believe that the theme of this
She had
is
a horrible
climb every mountain.
Climb every mountain
Fight
till you find your dreams.
period. But fight every fight. This movie is so anti-Nazi. It's awesome. Okay.
Everyone, it was released in 1965. It was, yeah.
Yeah. I think, this, I just think it's great, especially in this current fascist state that we're living in, to acknowledge that, like, Max, while not, like, a Nazi, says things to Georg. He says he's got to at least pretend to work with these people. You can't pretend to work with the Nazis. You either work with the Nazis or you don't.
Credit to Maria, one, being true to who she is, but also being just a good partner. She says to Max in that moment, Max, I can't change who he is.
Yeah.
Credit to her for being a supportive partner.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, sometimes it's just a flag in front of your house, and sometimes it's a fucking flag in front of your house.
Yeah.
And if you give these people an inch, it's gonna just keep going.
Yeah.
Anyway. He ripped it off his house. He ripped it in half.
Hell
so
yeah.
good.
I thought this was a really interesting movie because it had such religious tones,
Mm-hmm.
even though it is about like really like taking charge for yourself. Like this,
there's nuns.
there's none certainly,
Yeah.
but like this idea of like God's will needs to be executed. Like like you can't just sit around and be like, God's gonna take care of those Nazis. It's like, no, I'm gonna take care of the Nazis because things, you got to make things happen for yourself. At the beginning, Maria's talking with Mother Abbess, and she says that the reason she's at the reason the nuns like their life is to find out what is the will of God and to do it wholeheartedly, which I thought was very interesting, right? It's not like, it's not about like finding out the will of God and like not executing it. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Anyway.
No, it's good.
It's not about letting Jesus take the wheel.
Thank you.
How do you say this? Carrie Underwood was Maria Von Trapp in the live action.
Oh my God, Sydney.
Such a crazy
Why did I not think about the live version?
No,
From-
okay.
what was that?
Well,
it was like Fox or I think it was
I believe
NBC.
it's Fox.
It's usually
remember.
NBC that does the
They
live
both
action.
did it.
They both.
And I don't remember
Diabolical.
who it was.
No,
but that was the
actually-
first one. That's what kicked it all
That
off.
is true. That is true. No, it's actually so funny that you bring that up. It could also be because that I was not brought up in the Catholic faith, which is why I never thought about it that way.
Sure.
I always thought that like when I would watch it, it's like it's just part of the plot. Like, she wants to be a nun. That like she's like to do God's will wholeheartedly. I will say, mega fan, y'all. I've been to Salzburg.
Yeah.
And it's a very old city. It's a very old town. Beautiful town. I've been in the church. They actually filmed in 2 different churches. So the wedding scene was in a different church. Beautiful church. Grand, gorgeous. I was like, oh my God.
They all are.
I was like,
over
she
in
walked
Europe.
that way. And I think like the big trend is like, and like again, like Austria will say the same. No, like nothing is the same. It's all about tradition, which is also a very Central European thing. Yeah, but it's like that is actually a very good point that you brought up of like the underlying like political and religious tones, which also does suit 1965. Yes.
Yeah. Well, America was kind of relatively newly pro-Catholic in 1965, JFK being the first Catholic president. And I think I don't want to be the guy to mention this, but the Nazis did persecute Catholics. And I think that is core to why they express and why they do the big wedding scene and the mass at the opening. And they have Georg be like, oh, that's the abbot. Singers, like, you're supposed to understand that these are people who are about to either be like persecuted or killed, and I think that's as close as they, not to also be this guy, but that's as close as they could get to really attacking anti-Semitism in a major studio movie is by translating it over to the Catholic oppression, which is a common kind of 60s move of these studio movies that are not necessarily involving Jewish actors and that they don't want to actually discuss the details of the Holocaust. Like escaping any of these nations is like a privileged thing that Von Trapps get the opportunity to do, and it's not like a real reality for many of the people living under the Anschluss.
And despite how like anti-Nazi the film is, they never say why.
True.
It's like, obviously, yes, Nazis are bad, but it's like, But what are they doing?
It all-
again?
even-
Like they don't bring any of that up, and I don't think they necessarily have to in this film. I don't really know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the point gets across. It came out in 1965. Everyone knows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know.
Even like the anti-Catholic Catholicism is not like actually mentioned.
I will
Yes.
also say, I'm pretty sure this is true. The family didn't like secretly escape like they did in the movie. I
Mhm.
really think like what happened was like their singing act actually helped them get out. Like they were like,
Yeah.
we're going on tour.
Mhm.
And then I'm pretty sure they went to England and then they were like, oh, we're going to go tour America.
Mhm.
And that's how they got out.
Defected, classic Cuban baseball player move.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to your point, Jenna, about like how they're never say that it's bad. It actually what it seems like is it seems like Nazis are bad because they've taken over Austria.
Because they've
Mhm.
annexed Austria
and not like for
Mhm.
any other reason.
It
Yeah.
becomes about Austrian pride, but then
Yeah.
you're like, is Austrian pride directly tied to the Catholic Church? Like we're doing that as it's all this like roundabout way to be like, but you guys know why the Nazis are bad.
Yeah.
And we do.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we do.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, Mother Abbott says you have to look for your life, right? That's the advice that she gives Maria when she comes back. She's like, you gotta go do this,
That's
girl.
why
You can't hide.
That's why she's the Reverend Mother. She's so wise.
She's so wise. At the beginning of the movie, Maria says, I can't seem to stop saying things, anything and everything I think and feel, which, tells us the kind of woman that she is.
Mhm.
Very,
She's true to herself.
true to herself. And then when she stops doing this, when she stops saying everything she thinks and feels, she likes the captain, that's when she has her real like lost moment and she has to run away. So again, it's all about you gotta go for it. You gotta climb every mountain.
Gotta climb every mountain.
I like how they connect that to the strictness of the family,
Mhm.
like post death of the mom. There's no
Mhm.
singing, no dancing, and it is
He
less so
He runs his household like it's a tight ship.
right, and less so to like oppress the children or make them into this mold that he wants them to be, but just kind of because he wants to keep all of that kind of hidden and doesn't want to discuss these emotions.
He's in mourning.
Yeah.
He's in mourning.
And I like that it relates to Maria's openness is like they
Yeah.
have the love, they just
Mhm.
do not express it.
It's a real like
Yeah.
opposites attract
Yes,
kind
of
of
course,
moment.
100%. And I think really well done. And it is such this clear setup that
Mhm.
Christopher Plummer gets to like basically play the character as funny for a lot of the
It's
movie
true. It's
because
true.
it's
He's
so
hilarious.
obvious and
Yeah.
strict, and this Catholicism, this
Mhm.
military strictness,
Mhm.
and then like Nazism is the opposite. It's so clear, so straightforward that he gets to have like a
Mhm.
lot of fun.
Well,
Yeah.
like whenever like Marta is like being cute, like he's not like, you didn't fucking say your name.
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
smiles and he goes, that's
Because he
Marta.
does love his, he does love his children.
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
she's trying her best.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have to be that
No.
strict.
Yeah, and it is like quite humorous because like
Yeah.
when Maria first meets all the children, it's like he has them line up like they're on a deck,
It's so funny.
they're all in uniform, and so like the older kids is like the boys, he goes like huh, like like
Mhm.
tighten your shoulders,
Mhm.
and then like the little girls, and he goes like a little like wave, but it's like cute and humorous type of
Mhm.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is not trying to alienate them. He
No.
simply feels that this strict structure
Yes.
is somehow going to replace their mother.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yes.
it's a good counterpoint. I really like they're discussing the children, and that feels like the
Mhm.
bulk of the conflict that
Yeah.
they're actually addressing in the film, as opposed to the toppling of fascism.
Oh, fascism.
Oh yeah. Well, back to fascism. Max at one point, oh god, this movie's so good.
Yeah.
He says, "What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Just make sure it doesn't happen to you." And
Oh.
Captain Von Trapp says, "Max, don't you ever say that again." And
Yeah.
it's so hot when he
Yeah.
says that.
Amen.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
again, it's like you can't like just sit around and let Nazis take over.
He's also a captain. He was one who defended the people, and he like can't. He's like, I just defended this country of Austria, and now you're gonna tell me I gotta sit back and let it get taken over after I just worked so
No,
hard to defend
exactly.
it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that particular quote also very much reminded me of the famous poem "First They Came" by Martin
Oh, yeah.
Niemöller.
Mm.
I have it here. I can read it real quick. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist.
Why would anybody not be a trade unionist?
Period.
Go unions. Go to UFT.
Amen.
Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Oh.
I think specifically like that poem was referenced when writing this.
I agree with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It was
when
very
did that-
popular post-war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a group.
This
It's
is
a group effort, y'all. Anyone listening?
Mhm.
Friendship is important. We love friendship.
it's a core part of the immediate post-World War II kind of never again
Mhm.
ethos.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think not the most important thing, but notable how kind of not explicit they are with it in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie also has like big themes of patriotism.
Of course.
I was definitely getting that.
Yeah.
Tough needle to
This
thread in an
rewatch.
anti-Nazi movie.
No, exactly. And I thought it
But
I
it's
thought,
like pride, like don't like stand up and don't let this happen kind of patriotism.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could you say?
you know,
One-
but
No,
Also, like,
100%.
One
100%.
could
Yeah.
one could argue that like Captain Von Trapp taking on his whole family and just leaving and not even trying to like fight. The fight would be like a pussy move, and I was like, no. If he didn't, they would shoot him and his family on sight,
Oh,
He
or
has
they
7 kids,
or they
to
would
protect.
use them as leverage to get him to fight for the side that he does not want to fight for.
yeah.
So like sadly, one could say, yeah, pussy move, like you're not doing it. I'm like, what other option did you have?
Yeah.
No, he's protecting his family.
For me, it feels kind of radically anti-draft for a Vietnam
Yes.
War era movie, but probably
Mm.
not on purpose.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, the opening shots, the
Mm-hmm.
like you're like, oh, I this is a country to be proud of.
Mhm.
Beautiful,
gorgeous.
beautiful place.
Oh my god, I can't wait. Okay, keep
It
going. I can't wait
does
for my
remind
21st century advertisement for this movie.
Okay.
Continue.
It does remind me of in Cabaret when they do the
Yes.
Tomorrow Belongs to You number.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And like the Nazis did use like folk music and culture as a way to be like, this is Germanness, this is what
Yes.
Germanness represents. So I get that it does kind of have a conflict there, but it is true to the Van Trapps, and they're
Mhm.
trying to say something about Nazis. Do I wish it was more explicit? Yes, of course.
But there's
Yeah.
also we all like this was 1965.
Yeah,
They had a
and
conservativeness to their movies. Like,
maybe there's a strain of fascism in our own country that had a hard time kind of rectifying itself post World War II.
Yeah. Okay, so what I have written is a sense of national identity gives you something to fight for. And like you said,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
certainly true for the Nazis, but I think it's also true for like Austrians. I think it's true for Americans.
That's what
true for Poles.
the
Yeah,
Edelweiss
1939.
at the festival is. You
Yeah,
know, that's
yeah.
what that whole scene is.
Exactly. And I think our generation a lot says like fuck America and like I hate America. And listen, I don't like American politics. I don't like the American government. But like to me, America is not our government. And so like
Mm.
it really like kind of makes you think about like what a country is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually an important like conversation to have, and like so you can like you cannot just say like blanket statements like, oh, like fuck America. You can be like, I specifically do not like the
Mhm.
prison complex of America. I specifically don't like these things.
Right.
And then talking about this in a way that's like, well, what is our national identity? What are our national
Mhm.
ideals?
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, this is always, I'm like, I don't like America. I like American values. I like the Constitution even, but like, I don't feel that that's currently being expressed in our.
No, and I think it's often forgotten that like the whole basis of the founding of America really is to be like an extension of like the government. Like people always come up as like, oh, the government's trying to like control
Mm-hmm.
the people. I'm like, no, especially like the U.S. government, like it really was meant to be an extension of the people, like the will of the people, which is also something that is very, I mean,
strong ideals. It's strong ideals, which I grew up with and do relate to. But I think blind nationalism is something that became kind of untenable, certainly in a more global society. But this is like nitpicking compared to like what a 1964 movie is trying to say, 65 movie is trying to say.
Back to The Sound of Music.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I think, the getting down to the fact like they got nice mountains and beautiful songs, like the history of music in Austria, like that's where Mozart's from, right?
Yeah. I've walked by his house.
Yeah.
It was small.
and I went to that too.
It's about appreciating community and the things you grew up with, which is like can be weaponized, but also is like something that everybody has.
Yeah.
So they're trying to hit that universality, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Wait, damn, look at Salzburg really just producing musical talent.
Mozart.
Yeah. Oh,
and the Von Trapps.
The two greatest artists in history. Yeah.
Such an influential part of musical history.
No, it absolutely is. I'll talk about this later, but I went on like a whole music tour of Salzburg.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's where I got the sweatshirt.
Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about what this movie meant to the four of us. Sydney, do you want to go first?
Oh my God. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. If I had to pitch this movie, right? Like this movie does not exist yet. If I had to pitch it to a production company, like, listen, this is a movie. It's about family and it's about love. But here's what we also have to offer. We got musical numbers. We got great scenery. We got so much history. A lot of scenery for free. Can get there for free.
It's just open fields.
Just open fields. We got not one love story, but two love stories. Who doesn't love a good love story? One of the love stories is young love. The other one is a love triangle. Messy. Very messy.
Very messy.
We have, oh my gosh, no, you guys, I thought about this on my way here. I've literally been waiting for this moment my whole life. Oh my God. Wait, music, love, history, scenery. We got nuns. We have, oh my God, frick. I had this whole thing. Oh my God. The pressure.
No, you're good. You're on nuns.
But guys, like truly, it's literally the first time, how fitting. First time I ever watched this movie was in Vermont. I think I was about 10. It was just like one of those things I was on. And also like one who grew up skiing in Vermont, you only had 15 channels on the TV.
Right,
you only had 15 channel cable once upon a time. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm so invested. And it was like, I was 10. I didn't know about World War II yet. And I was like asking my mom, like, Mom, like, why are these bad guys like trying to take him away from his family? And that was where I was like introduced to like World War II and Nazis.
That's a big topic.
Crazy. Here's the
you hadn't heard that till 10. That's kind of nuts.
I know.
I didn't. Yeah, my parents didn't tell me. About
I know.
that.
Yeah, but you didn't grow up.
You didn't just
Jewish.
like. Yeah,
right.
I
know. You're so right. You're so right. Who knows? Maybe it was just like a
not a
keeping up childhood.
Not a bad thing to keep.
Maybe. But then like I love this movie so much. When I turned 16, I watched it because I was finally eligible to sing 16 going on 17. And then anyway,
they don't let you sing it before that.
And well, you're not just like not eligible, you know. And like I was 10, I was like, I don't know what it's like to be 16. Like I haven't even hit puberty yet. Like what? And then for anyone listening to this at home, this may have been the manifestation of the love of my life, who happens to be a German, blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy.
We love him.
We love Tim.
We love Tim.
Tim Notable, not fascist.
Not
yes.
And here's proof. We started dating 2 weeks before I turned 17. On the eve of my 17th birthday, he sat next to me and he watched The Sound of Music with me because it was the last time I was eligible to sing 16 going on 17. And he was the blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy who was 17 going on 18. I manifested my whole life from this movie, guys. This is crazy.
You guys stopped watching after 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. I just got the drink. No.
The second he said Heil Hitler, you're like,
no. But then it's like, and then we're watching the movie, and then they go through the whole montage of like when Captain Von Trapp's gone and she's taking the kids out, and they have like that whole Do Re Mi moment. They're going through all the amazing places, which I've been. It was lovely. Like in the middle of this, I like look at Tim and he just goes, I've been there. I'm like,
Right.
no one asked you. But now I've been there too. Also,
Hell
such a
yeah.
commendable partner. Tim had like 104-degree fever on this tour.
He was telling us this the other night.
Yes, we were in Vienna, and I was like, oh my god, like we're so close. Can we please? And he goes, sure. So we probably spent a total of 18 hours in Salzburg just for this tour. It was literally a stopover, and Tim
And he was
and
terribly sick.
it was raining.
Oh
Oh my
God.
God.
We had been traveling.
Ah.
Yeah, the poor boy had 104-degree fever, but he supported all my hopes and dreams
Good.
in these 18 hours. So, contrary to one's belief, does he look like the poster child? Yes, but he is very, very, very far from being a Nazi.
Just because
Tim,
Hitler,
not a Nazi.
Not a Nazi.
just because Hitler
He's
would have liked
just
him,
blonde.
doesn't mean he likes
Don't
Hitler.
get it
No,
twisted.
exactly. Exactly.
He's gonna love this.
Yeah.
I know. I love you.
He's got to join a
We
trade
were-
union to make it certain. Yeah.
He's never gonna join a trade union.
Yeah, fuck. I don't want to dox him, but there's some industries in this country that just don't unionize. It's just not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but sorry.
Go
Not
ahead.
done
Yeah.
with not done
Keep
with my
going,
love.
keep
In case
going.
anyone realized I love this movie.
Of course.
Forget about the influence it's had on me. Think of the influence it's had on musical and pop culture. There had been a
course.
live action remake. They reference this all the time in like skits and on comedy shows and all this. They moved to Vermont. Also, my connection, the family moved to Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
I love Vermont.
You hang out there a lot.
I hang out there a lot.
Hell yeah.
What else? Oh my god. I had a point. Oh my gosh. Sorry. The movie,
It's hard.
the
It's
influence.
hard.
Oh my gosh. You guys are so smart. I should have written something down. Oh, this is why we lesson plan as teachers. You can't do it on a whim.
Okay,
Oh my
it's
god.
Okay.
No, but it's just had such like an influence, and like everyone knows. Like it's one of those movies that everyone knows this movie.
Yeah.
So clearly,
It's got so many iconic songs.
so many like Do Re Mi. I know you all sang that in elementary school to learn your scales.
Mm-hmm.
16 going on 17, my personal favorite. We are approaching holidays. You know, I simply remember my favorite things.
Which is not a Christmas song. Which is simply not a Christmas
but
song.
also kudos to Ariana Grande not only doing it in an SNL skit, but she sound clipped it for Seven Rings.
Yep.
Yes.
Like-
she sampled that.
Come on.
I love that song. It's very fun.
And you know, we got Dame Julie Andrews. The day that she passes, knock on wood.
Don't even mention it.
Knock on wood. I will shed a tear. I will need 15 minutes of silence in my household. I will mourn.
Mhm.
Cause she's so talented. She also, credit to teachers, she and her daughter write children's books.
Yes, I
They
read
have
them. They're
a-
very good.
A whole over 50, I think. I'm pretty sure
Oh wow.
Julie does a lot of the writing and her daughter does a lot of the illustrations. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Mega fan, y'all. And but it's like she's also just like an icon. She's freaking Mary Poppins.
Yes.
She's Eliza Doolittle.
Mhm.
pretty sure
on
she's
stage. Yeah, for damn sure.
I'm pretty sure she was Cinderella and Roger and Hammerstein. Also, shout out to
Yeah.
Roger and Hammerstein for doing The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
course.
Shout out to Roger and Hammerstein.
Right?
Mhm.
Like, she's an icon.
Mhm.
A legend. She is the
I mean, she's like the image of a child care professional.
Right.
Like she becomes this new.
Oh my god, manifestation, I became a teacher. Childcare.
right,
Oh
yeah.
my god. Oh, anyway, yeah. So maybe I'll like come up with a moment like another reason how much this movie has meant to me.
Okay.
Mega fan.
Yeah.
I have a sweater. If any of you tuned into to go to @feminine_features, their Instagram, I'm wearing the sweatshirt.
At YouTube.
And we're-
YouTube
we're
and
live.
YouTube.
The cameras are recording.
That's right.
Well,
I'm
good.
looking straight at you.
Oh my gosh. What this movie meant to me, first of all, I wrote fuck fascism.
Of course.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, this was a movie I saw many, many times growing up, of course. But rewatching it for this, I was just
They
like,
put it on TV. It's one of those things that like Charlie Brown Christmas, it's one of the things they put on TV
It's true.
for the world to enjoy
yeah,
every year.
yeah. But watching it this time, I was just like, wow, they're so anti-Nazi in this movie. I know that's what it's all about, but I like did not realize.
It's just nice to see.
It's just nice to see because people like Nazis nowadays, and what the fuck is up with that?
I think it's all the Nazism.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like, why? I
think it's because they're racist and want to hurt people.
It's yeah.
yeah,
I never thought of it that way. Never thought of it that way.
Fuck fascism.
Truly. But my sister did this this musical in high school. She was the Baroness.
Which one?
The Baroness.
No,
Elsa.
which sister?
Oh, Izzy.
I knew.
Which Baroness?
I knew it was Izzy based on the role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also Rini, not a singer. Oh, no, she will not be offended. Izzy's the musical talent.
More of a Brigitte, you know.
But yeah, she was in 8th grade, so it was a big deal.
That is a big
that
deal.
she got to be part of the High School Musical and have such a big role as an 8th grader.
Well, it's a tough show to do out of high school because the kids.
It's
who
High
have to
School
be
Musical.
kids. Yeah.
yeah.
The
I
kids have
think
to be kids.
at this point, so my high school's actually also a middle and elementary school. So they had the kids. They
you
had
went
the
to one of
kids.
those.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No, but you're right, Sydney.
No, but you're right, Sydney.
Anyway,
We don't have to discuss my feelings on Sully's primary education.
it was very good.
No,
Hell
you're
yeah,
so
hell
smart.
Yeah. That's all I've ever heard. Yeah.
So,
All
no, you're so
jokes.
smart.
Anyway.
No, she is.
She is. She is.
She reads books like that.
Like
She
that.
took IB, bro.
She's in book club. She's an intellectual human being.
Yeah.
She was an honors student at Buffalo State
Of
College.
course you were.
One of
Okay.
the most rigorous institutions in North America.
Hey. We love Buffalo.
Not Buffalo State
Not-
College.
I mean,
It's
not
now a
the-
university.
It
No,
is.
we
It is now.
It is a university institution. Also, everyone,
Well, it wasn't when I was
also
going there.
everyone, I went to college literally 20 miles down the road at University of Buffalo.
Yeah.
So we're all Buffalo.
Different school than
You
Buffalo
guys are.
State University.
I don't claim Buffalo. You guys have fun with that.
Yeah. So my sister did the musical, and so she had a couple of lines that we would always say, which are not in the movie, but they're in the musical. There's this part where she goes, "I feel like a brisk walk." Brisk walk, but it always sounds like brisk squawk. And
Right.
so we'd say that all the time.
Wait, that's what I'm gonna say when I go out. I feel like a brisk walk.
brisk squawk.
Brisk squawk.
Brisk walk.
Yeah, that is tough.
And then when she says he's only a boy, Georg, that's fun.
That is good.
That was her line.
Georg,
He's
he's
only
just a boy.
Georg.
Yeah.
Georg is such a meal of a name to say.
Love
Also,
the name
in
Georg.
America, Georg is George.
Yes.
Yeah.
For anyone not understanding
Thank
what
you, Sydney.
weird sounding word we're referring to for Captain Bomb Trap, guys, Georg is just George. That's,
It's Georg.
But it's Georg.
If you guys have never heard the name Georg, I'm gonna need you to Google Nazi. I'm gonna need you to check in on Germany history.
If you were in a German-speaking
Anschluss.
country, George is Georg.
Gay.
Yeah.
Georg.
Coincidence? I think not.
Georg. Georg, like the Equal Rights Foundation.
Oh my gosh.
So a brisk walk.
What else,
Brisk
Sully?
walk. Brisk squawk.
Last time I saw this movie, I believe I talked and sang through the entire thing.
As you should.
That's how musicals are.
That's what
typically
I do.
consumed.
Okay, thank you both for your support.
Yeah.
My dad would like to hear that because he was not happy. He was like, "Can we?"
Was he like,
Stop.
shut up?
The
He can
man
watch
would
it by
not
himself if he
want to
fucking
watch
wants to.
Pitch Perfect with me. That's for sure.
Well, here's the thing: we had like a karaoke set up in our basement, and so I had the karaoke mic, and I was
come on.
talking into
Absolutely.
it. I said, "It
on.
is my show."
It is. It's always your show.
Oh, he had a
What do you mean your
perfectly
dad
done
didn't love
lounge
that?
act by
Yeah.
a professional.
I think it was a little annoying.
Well,
I think he
that's
was
what-
No,
Wouldn't
it's
have
a
been to us.
musical.
Wouldn't have been to us.
Guys,
know-
it's one of the most well-known, most beloved musicals of all time. You really expect people not to sing?
It was more the talking through everything where I was like, "Hey, nice dress."
Well, we've talked in the past about
maybe it was
doing
good.
like, tossed around the idea of doing a live show of the podcast somehow, but we've been like, how would we do that? Because everyone will have to have seen the movie we're talking about. And then we were like, well, what if we just kind of like MST3K it and play the movie and we just have mics and we talk over it?
Yeah.
And I feel like you've already had your trial run.
Wait,
I
guys,
guess
can we
so.
do that? Wait, I would happily do that.
well, we'll see
yeah.
if we can get it together.
Welcome to the team sit.
yeah.
Another side playlist on Femme Features. Besides the podcast, another playlist live commentary.
Mm-hmm.
I would absolutely do it.
Hell yeah.
And you guys could hear my singing.
It's tough because, movie rights, whatever.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
but,
Oh,
We'll figure it out.
but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, live shows. Just something we've tossed around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. no
Hey,
concrete
drop it in the
plans.
comments if you want to come.
Yeah, exactly.
you want to hear my commentary, my live commentary during this.
It's true.
Yes.
It's
true.
amazing. And you can hear my singing, which one may say is not great. However, if we're going to childhood musicals, I came into the world of theater in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
We did 13 the musical. I told
wow.
someone the story literally the other day, and they were like,
13 in 4th grade.
yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
Manhattan, huh?
Also, another shout out to Ariana Grande, y'all.
Yeah, true.
Crazy.
And Liz Gillies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I started with that the other night, and so it was like, what musical? I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. Great musical in my opinion. But I played cheerleader number 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then in 5th grade, I had my breakout role. We did Grease. I had my breakout role as a Rizzo.
I know. I just.
Rizzo?
I know.
Ooh.
2 solos.
I wish I
y'all.
was there.
Yeah, that's big.
You can find it on my mom's Facebook.
That's
Oh,
right.
I am very
will be
interested in
digging
that.
for that.
Yeah.
And then I just did such a great job, and better. What's the saying? Better. What is it when better end early before? What does it say? Like when like athletes
Go out on top.
Yes, sorry.
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Better go out
You
on.
went out on top.
Yeah, and then I retired.
Mm-hmm.
Good
for you.
I went out on top. I was amazing.
I hated girls like you in middle school who would get the lead and then never do it again. I'll say it because
Wait, no,
they didn't really want it.
No, that's actually.
I really wanted it.
Theater is a
Oh.
vocation.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've never heard that stance before. I get it. I get it. I get it.
I've heard that stance before.
I've never heard that stance before.
Windsor's known me since that time.
I see.
I'm
How
sorry.
selfish of them.
I'm really coming across as a bitch in this, but
No.
it's like,
Guys, it's the sound
It's
of
all-
music.
all
You can never
jokes.
be a
It's
bitch
all
unless
jokes.
you're a Nazi.
hey, it's not
Amen.
not
All
my
Nazis
fault.
are bitches.
It's not their fault. I can't sing and get placed in the ensemble. You know?
Oh my God,
it's fine.
Jenna, you were unfairly maligned in your time. You're a great artist.
Oh boy.
And back to the sound of music.
Yeah. We had the CD of the soundtrack
Ah.
go platinum in my household.
Let's
and
go.
My mom would always sing "Climb Every Mountain" because
Of course.
she cannot sing, and especially cannot sing that song. So it
It's
was always
very
very
high.
funny. It was very funny when she would
Yeah.
do this. Yeah.
That's so cute.
I sing 16 going when you're like doing chores and
Mhm.
like you hum. I sing 16 going on 17 when I do
Mhm.
chores.
Of course.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So Sydney mentioned the Von Trapp Family Lodge, which I have been
Yes.
to as well,
And they have a
Oh.
brewery.
and they have a brewery
Oh, that's very nice.
and a disc golf course.
I have a T-shirt from
Did
the
you go there in high
lodge.
school?
Yes, I did.
Let's
This gal
go.
frolfing. She's
with your
frolfing.
disc golf team.
No, not with my disc golf team. I went there with my family, and we're like, "Hey, disc golf, something to do."
Oh,
It's
Okay,
also, if
okay.
anyone has yet to go, it's in Stowe, Vermont. It is
Yes.
a very beautiful town, a very beautiful
Yeah.
area. Great skiing.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's a very beautiful town.
I went in the summer. Hey,
I also went in the summer. I've also gone in the summer. Beautiful place in the summer.
I have also been to Stowe, Vermont in the summer.
I-
gotta
Let's
say, pretty nice.
let's just say,
I don't
Pretty
think I
nice.
have.
have you ever seen The Sound of Music? The mountains, not quite like that, but
Yeah.
kind of as good as we got.
You know,
here, around here.
I tell Tim, like the first time I ever brought him to Vermont, he goes, so Tim is German, his family's from Germany.
Yes.
Yes.
So he's seen the
Not-
German Alps, not a Nazi, but he's seen the
Not
German
Nazis.
Alps. He
He's
comes,
not a Nazi. But
He is
let's not
not.
get asking about
but
it.
when the first time he came to Vermont, I'm pretty sure it was during the winter time, he like steps outside, he goes, it smells just like Germany. He goes, this is literally like, this is just like Germany's younger brother. And then like the
That's
first
'cause
time.
he's a city boy who's never smelled fresh air in his life.
No.
It's like, but it
No,
really doesn't
every
smell like piss
every
around
summer
here.
growing up for a month, like they go visit the grandparents and
Right,
everything.
right, right,
So
right.
then like the first time I ever went, I was like, this is literally Vermont on steroids.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
And
that's hence why the Von Trapp family settled.
Yeah.
in
Literally,
Stowe.
yeah.
It feels like home.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you, I shed a tear watching this when the father sees his kids singing for the first time and he walks, and I was like, oh my god,
So sweet.
Family.
Yeah.
Movie production companies as if this movie never existed. Family. Yeah.
Yep,
We got family.
it's got everything.
Yeah.
What did this mean to you, Jenna?
Well, this is another movie that I couldn't tell you the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
It's, just been a part of my life forever. I remember it very distinctly as the movie that would get played in music class or in choir
Of course.
when our
course.
teachers were absent.
Educational help.
Yes. So
Yes.
I've seen like the first 30 minutes of this movie a
Mhm.
million times.
Of course.
And our
That is such an interesting choice to put on a 2.5 hour movie.
for a 40-minute class. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would just restart it in the same spot every time. The beginning.
You know what I would do?
It's a very good place to
I would
start.
play that movie for the whole day, and like whatever class ends and the next one comes in, I would just continue playing it. We're not starting from the beginning. You're just gonna start
I'm watching
here.
this movie.
You're-
You guys are
yeah.
jumping in.
It'll cover the whole day.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
the kids who just get the Nazi half hour will learn a lot.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
The middle school that we went to put on The Sound of Music. I don't believe there is a Sound of Music Junior. So it was just like the full production of The Sound of Music.
It doesn't need one.
We were not in it because
could use.
You're right. It could. Nazis. You're
could
right.
use-
I mean,
Chicken
it's
version.
very family friendly.
So
but
family friendly.
it's
Most
just long.
public middle schools in the
I would
United
say- I would
States
say
will
for-
not let you wear a swastika on stage.
Hey, mine did.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Not public. Your public middle school?
Charter high school.
Wow.
They let you do all kinds of Nazi shit, not charter.
Jeez. Well, I'm bringing up the fact that our middle school did this because we were not in it. We were in high school.
Nah.
But my little sister and his little brother
Yeah.
were in the production. And Sumner
I'm so jealous.
did, in fact, play one of the Nazis.
My brother played a Nazi. He got cast as a Nazi, and we were like, yeah.
Off
We
the
were-
street or what?
That is diabolical.
He just walked
he
very
wear a
precisely.
swastika?
I don't know what to tell you.
Your brother does walk like a Nazi.
He did not wear a swastika. Yeah,
I
kind of like
couldn't
he
remember.
wasn't allowed to wear a swastika. Not that my family was like, make him wear a swastika.
Yeah, no, of course not.
We have to be true to the history.
No, I do.
We
I
were
just couldn't
happy to
remember.
hear he wasn't wearing a swastika.
Oh my god.
But that's why I'm wearing this sweatshirt today from Fiddler on the Roof Jr., which my 7th grade show, and we got Tevya over here.
Let's
go.
Oh yeah. This is not my hoodie. It's my friend Gabby's. She gave it to me to borrow one time, and I tried to give it back, and she said, I don't want that shit. So it's mine now. So shout out Gabby. And I also went to Salzburg with Sumner my senior year of high school.
Did you ride on
We
the
went
Sound of
on-
Music tour bus?
No, we we went on the EF, like the EF educational tours.
Oh,
We went on one of those, and we hit Prague, Vienna, and Salzburg, and it was all like
beautiful.
we went with a
towns.
bunch of kids from the music department, so like
Right.
choir and band kids and stuff. And it was a great time. We
Yeah.
went and saw one night for dinner. We went to this like Sound of Music dinner show.
Stop it.
And they weren't performing the Sound of Music. They were performing like selections from the Sound of Music with like funny skits in
you
between.
have to tell Tim about this so I can convince him to go back and we can go to this dinner.
It was, I
performance.
believe it was called The Sound of Salzburg. They called a bunch of people up on stage. I don't remember if Sumner went up. I did not.
I would
But
be
I have
surprised.
videos of like our friend Tyler like up on stage, and it's like this gorgeous woman like singing to him, and his
Wow.
face is.
That's not that it's important,
Tyler,
but that's
I
such a
love you. I'm sorry.
that's such a funny person for that to happen to.
So good.
And I think that video is still on like that whole trip is archived in my Snapchat memories, right? Because it was like 2017. So I have no real pictures. It's all Snapchat. But yeah, so I got to do a ton of Sound of Music stuff over there, and it was so much fun. And yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love.
Let's
Windsor.
Oh, Windsor didn't go. Sorry. Damn.
What has it meant to you?
What do you got? What do you got? Let's go.
Well, my brother was a Nazi, of course.
No, I said I'm just gonna talk about your brother for my
brother
whole
was
thing.
a Nazi.
No.
I was supposed to go to Salzburg at 10 years old, but there was shit on the track, so we had to go around and we saw the Alps.
Shit? Oh.
There was stuff.
There was stuff. I don't know. I know
She
they got
thinks someone like took a poop.
I got
Like,
the
yeah.
concept, Sydney, but thank
Yeah, for the viewers watching. In case you didn't know.
I don't know. They got like a lot of cows.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was a cow on the track. I have no way of knowing. I was
yeah.
just a child. Anyway, I got to sit in a smoking car with a guy because this guy
Yo.
got pulled off the
So
train going into
European.
Slovenia because he didn't have his
Did
passport.
they give you a little cigarette made for children?
And so I got to sit in his little smoking
Cigarette
car.
Junior?
A little. No. What was up with that? And what was up with that? Anyway, we got to Ljubljana on time despite all the delays. Not
Wow.
critical. Anyway, yeah, my aunts fucking love this movie. My grandmother loves this movie.
How can you not?
Anyway, just like everybody else. So I'm just going to say highest grossing movie of all time when it was released.
Of course.
Huge fucking hit.
Of course.
Beautifully directed. Lighting's incredible. All gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This to me seems like the epitome of the studio musical. I've been watching a lot of TCM.
Yes.
Been watching like 1930s, 1940s musicals where they just like, what if we sang and acted? And then like to see only within like 30
And they're
years.
only an hour long.
And they're like an hour and a half long, and mostly it's like tap dancing. And to see like 30 years later, you have this movie where she's like singing an internal monologue about being confident on her
Yes.
way to like this family and this real story.
I sing
It's
it all
like-
the time to work. No, yeah.
100%. Like,
I'm kidding.
but like the amount of artistry that has gone into the musical in such a short period of time, this
Yeah.
really feels like the totality of it. The reason it's a
Yeah.
musical is because this family needs to sing again. The
Mhm.
songs are like almost all like diegetic, you know,
Yeah.
like it's truly an incredible piece of filmmaking. It is, in my mind, what the best a studio system can provide you.
Absolutely.
And they might as well have just tore them all down and just started making The Godfather the next year. You know, like
Hot take.
Dog Day Afternoon. Like no need. Like
We've got it covered.
they saw this
It's all
stuff. Like
done.
why are we still shooting in studios in Burbank? Burn it to the ground. We're shooting on location now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like this genuinely was like on location. So like also
On location,
the
but
house-
studio quality.
so,
Like,
like-
they must have just had gigantic lights in Austria.
Yeah. Like so the house that
I just assumed it's nicer there.
it is, it's so
It
peaceful.
just looks like that.
No,
Yeah.
it like really is so peaceful. Like there's not much modern building there, even though like they like the most modern thing is probably like a monorail and like the bus stop.
I was
like-
shocked by how similar it was to Rome,
Yeah.
which is specifically kept old that way.
Yeah.
And it like really
No.
does feel like those generations
It's
of history.
It's beautiful. And like so the house that the Von Trapp house, it's actually like two houses they filmed at. So anything inside is one house and then anything outside, so like the terrace and like where the children fall into the lake and like the whole walkway, that's a separate house. So I was like, oh my God, like this is so cool. And I love it. Big fan.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, the scenery is like just this is what happens when you like shoot on what is it called? Location.
Location.
Yeah.
On set. What?
And,
On
and yet with all these talented studio artists from the studio system, I think it's incredible.
yeah.
Let's hear what the critics thought. We have Variety Whitney Williams.
Ooh.
And this was a 1965 review, so we'll
Yes.
hear what they think of it
Yes.
when it came out. She says, one of the top musicals to reach the screen, period. She says, Ted McCord catches the beauty and fascination of the terrain with his facile cameras,
Mhm.
combining the splendor of towering mountains and quiet lakes with the old world grace of the historic city of music, a stunning compliment to interiors shot in Hollywood.
Yeah. Wow. Like we just said, that's crazy.
That is crazy,
There's
yeah.
a couple of great shots. First, helicopter flying in where she's so tiny on the hill, comes in, iconic, classic. And then right before
Yes.
intermission where she's like tiny and runs away, which complements her coming into the house where she's tiny in these frames.
Yeah,
You know, they don't shy away from doing the epic scale
of
of
course.
this shockingly
Well,
domestic story.
Also, like it real like again, if you go, like everything is just grand. Like it really helped for like plot
Mhm.
wise. Like you are just such a tiny part of this massive household. But like literally everything over there is so grand. Like it really is just it's just a place where everything was built in a time of like you made everything with care. It's like when you go past a really like old building in the city and you're like, no one makes moldings like this anymore.
Yeah, now we build cardboard boxes.
Right? No one makes
Deteriorated
crown
decade.
molding like
Yeah.
this anymore.
Whitney says confidence in me about the songs Confidence in Me and
Mhm.
Something Good. While neither is as catchy perhaps as certain of the other songs, both are made into interesting numbers. Which are so those two songs were not in the stage musical.
Right.
But then they made them for the
We didn't even talk about Something Good. What a tearjerker.
oh
Yeah, right.
yeah.
They fall in love. And the lighting, the romantic lighting.
That's crazy that the two weakest songs are the ones written for the movie. Yeah, the lighting. Well, Von Trapp is practically all in dark for the majority of the romantic sequences, which
Yeah.
makes him such an intimidating presence.
Sexy.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Like, sexy.
Yeah.
I was a big fan.
She says about him, she says Plummer also is particularly forceful as Von Trapp. Whoa,
I
like you
think-
were saying.
I think honestly, it's mostly the lighting. He's playing a funny character that is being lit dramatically. It is so hot to me. That's all I'm looking for.
I know that is all you're looking for. She says about Julie Andrews, fine feeling and a sense of balance, which I think is
Of course.
true.
She's hiking up those hills. She better have good balance.
Mhm.
She's singing and hiking. She's running.
Peggy Wood is especially outstanding as the Mother Abbess.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That song is just, and it just like comes in
I got chills
post
watching it.
intermission.
Girlie had
she
lungs
just
like
drops
no other.
Yeah.
Every technical credit is top flight and impressive. William Reynolds' editing is bright, never permitting a pause, and costumes designed by Dorothy Jeekins catch the flavor needed. Set decorations by Walter I think it's shit. and and Ruby Levitt are in keeping with the high excellence of the picture itself. Choreography by Mark Bro. Jeez, sorry.
All good.
And
All good.
And Dee Dee Wood lend color and sound by Murray Spivak and Bernard Freericks, a decided asset. Special photographic effects by L.B. Abbott and Emil Cosa Jr. are a further plus. Erwin Coastal's arranging, conducting, and of the beautiful score is one of the most potent assets.
Yeah.
That is
Absolutely.
so kind. And actually, you know, it's so crazy. Like, I mean, maybe people still do this, and I'm just clearly not big enough of a reader to like look at full critiques of a film. But what's so nice is like not only did they mention like set design, costume, choreography, like they literally mentioned each person by name, which I think is like so commendable, and which is also something that like Julie Andrews advocates to this day. Like she wishes there was more attention given to every person behind the scenes. Like it's because I mean she's right. She's like that movie. Like she's like yeah. Like am I in most movie? Yeah. Like that movie would not have been made without every person working on it.
Yeah.
And that to me is why it's such totemic of the studio system
Yeah.
and these very talented individual artists who maintained work throughout their careers and got to build their arts almost independent of just like a director's vision.
Right.
And it feels like really the work of a lot of artists. Just
Mhm.
every frame is purposeful.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, no, excellent point, Sydney. The last time we did a retrospective, or no, not a retrospective, an older movie where we read a review from that time.
Mhm.
It was the same thing. They listed out everybody, and they were like, "This was good. This was good. This was
It's so
good, this was
purposeful.
good."
And I mean,
Mhm.
one could say like it was important way back then because like now like anyone can search it up so easily. Like, oh, who was the set designer
Mhm.
and whatnot, and like anyone can talk about it. But like, it's moments. It really is like you were you are sharing spotlight, and it really is coming from such a genuine, like, purposeful point of view.
Yeah.
No, I think
you're right.
I think it's a good tradition that apparently has been lost to go through all of the technical aspects and talk about them.
Well, you wouldn't have as many names to list nowadays.
Oh,
This is
Damn.
true.
Not to start talking shit.
yeah. Okay, The Guardian, Guy Lodge says The Sound of Music has seemed to me its very essence, if not the best. If not the best movie ever made, the moviest movie ever made.
The moviest movie.
I like
Yeah.
this guy. I like this guy. What's his last name?
Lodge.
That's so
Lodge.
Abed in Community. It's the moviest movie.
Well, it's
It's a very movie.
there is a really specific culture of what the movie is and what it means kind of up until the 70s.
Yep.
And this to me is like the image of it. You get
Yeah.
a taste of every little part of what movies were intended to be up to this point in a single film.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Guy says nothing in The Sound of Music quite lives up to the vertiginous opening salvo. He's saying the best scene is the first one.
One could argue in support of that.
Yeah.
Like, when you think of Sound of Music, he's just singing where her open. I can't sing like Julie Andrews, but when she first sings that line, "The hills are alive," and it's like the movie poster is her dancing in the mountains.
The opening shot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful, it's iconic, it's
Yeah. The film flourishes of scenic spectacle are often a mere addendum to modest, straightforward, heavily extended storytelling. A sprig of parsley on a generous plate of meatloaf. So basically, they're like, this is kind of a dense movie, but the songs make you get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a musical.
I mean, there is a kind of meat and potatoes, wouldn't you want to be happy with your children and love them element to the film, but I think because of the technical perfection, it makes it feel almost to be this ecstatic, joyous type of filmmaking as opposed to this limited story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It feels so intentional about, like, her playing with the children throughout Salzburg, to me, is like the point the movie is trying to make, and it feels to be this ecstatic storytelling of joy as opposed to simplified.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. And when you talk about Nazis, you gotta be like, we're actually protecting something good. We're having fun. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Emotional investment.
Yeah. Guy says the stilted love triangle between Andrew's impossibly winsome Maria, Christopher Plummer's improbably handsome Captain Von Trapp, and Eleanor Parker's unluckily jilted Baroness is the stuff of any dusty mid-century soap. The collective angst of the motherless Von Trapp children is vaguely written and blandly performed.
Did they say possibly handsome?
I know, right?
Impossibly handsome.
Is it because a man wrote it? He's like, I don't know if he's handsome. I'm not gay.
Improbably handsome. You're like,
Improbably.
I thought you
oh.
said and probably
No,
handsome.
no, that's the guy where it moved, and he's like, why?
Yeah.
And
And thought the children's performances were bland.
I could buy it. I don't care.
I thought they were cute, and I thought some of them were kids, and kids are not that great. Sometimes at acting.
Sure.
But I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, I
Don't
thought
you
so
dare
too.
disrespect Charmaine Carr like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I thought they were great.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the impact on the genre. Do we consider it a chick flick?
No.
Okay, I prepared myself for this.
Okay.
I understand that many would say, like, no. But if one word to describe what is a chick flick, a classic, one you always go to. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I am on the stance that it's not your chick flick.
Yeah.
And that's okay with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is my choice for everything else.
Totally.
Sure.
I think it's radical that they choose to do the movie from Maria's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I think because of the nun setup and her own personal feelings and the fact that it is her choices throughout the movie, despite how I mock the plot line as being a dad sleeping with the babysitter. The movie does recognize that is what it's doing, and it makes it very much her decision and her driving. Because of the melodramatic Elsa role that is not portrayed as villainous, in my opinion, and the sexy Captain Von Trapp lighting And not to mention the sexy performance of 16 going on 17, where they're like, we want to fuck, but we don't know how to express that to even ourselves. I'm going to go chick flick. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
To me, so much of this movie is well, not so much, but like a big part of the B plot with Liesel and Rolf is hey, ladies, also don't fuck Nazis.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this mostly is like, hey, don't work with Nazis. You can't pretend to work with a Nazi. But like, actually, good lesson. Girls don't have
Don't
boyfriends.
fall in love with a Nazi.
Don't have boyfriends that have politics you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Gentlemen.
Well, I will say, I don't even know, like, one thing that I commend Von Trapp for doing, I don't even think the kids like fully understood like what the Nazi regime was, because like because the poor Rolf was clearly being brainwashed, but it was like they would only see each other.
I don't feel bad for him.
Well,
I think Rolf had
Not that
suspect things to
bad.
say about Jewish people.
fair.
And
but,
by
like-
suspect, I mean wildly racist.
It's a very sweet child romance where like the only time they would meet is if he sent a telegram. She would like sneak out of the house.
Yeah.
But he goes, because whatever. Oh my God, why am I spacing what he's saying? But he's like, oh, like there's whatever the guy's name is, he's in town. He's like, oh no, like don't tell your father that he's in town. She goes, well, why not? And he goes, well, because he's so Austrian. And she goes, well, we're all Austrian, So like I do commend him for like not like ruining his children's like innocence.
Sure, but at the same time, like Liesla's 16. She shouldn't be
Yeah.
that ignorant.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say
True.
I did
Like-
know about Nazism at 10. That's
Okay.
just not how I was
First,
raised.
but like first off, like it was just like Nazi was just up and coming in 1938.
It wasn't hot yet.
Nazism.
I mean,
it wasn't hot yet.
It was like 5 years
Also,
old.
like when like also imagine a 16-year-old
Isn't
in
this, like, post-
1938. A
Uh,
16-year-old in
Isn't this
1938.
like post Crystal Knocked?
You
Like-
know, I think the world did not know all the bad things the Nazis
No,
were doing at
right.
that point.
But like the world knew about
But,
Crystal
like-
Knocked. I think people
and their dad knew.
start acting like
Captain
there's a
Von
lot
Trapp
of
knew.
ignorance about the
Yeah.
Nazis in 1946 before the war.
Yeah.
Like America is very guilty of pretending that we had no idea what was going on with the Holocaust.
1946?
Yeah, like suddenly people
yeah.
got a lot more ignorant before the war in 1946, and I think there is an element of that.
1946.
Yeah, like the second the war's over, they're like,
Oh,
we had no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
This-
yes,
this-
yes,
you know,
yes,
the second
yes,
there are like
yes.
photos of concentration camps coming out,
Yeah.
they're like, how
Yeah.
could we ever possibly have known? But like,
But like,
the movies that we watch from the time are like, yeah, this guy hates Jews. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
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 And like, if American movies are portraying Hitler as this polarizing figure, like, how do you not tell your 16-year-old kid when you're so pro-Austrian?
Yeah.
But I think it's also an element of 1965 portrayals of pre-World War II,
Right.
where they're like, they have no idea what's coming.
That's what I'm saying.
Because everybody lived through it. And they're like,
Right.
we didn't know how bad it was going to
Exactly.
Yeah.
get in America. But like, they knew how bad the Nazis were.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's odd to conflate the two, even though I think it's a very, very
Well,
common in
also
media
again,
from this
like-
era.
Like they communicate by telegram.
That's true.
TV was not invented yet.
But radio
Yeah.
was. I mean, they knew.
Radio
it.
was.
Yeah.
Newspapers were.
But
It's not like, and they're
but again-
extremely rich. Like, it's not like they're cut off from the world.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, like I don't think he would have his kids listening to political radio. It was also summertime.
That's just not how I was raised. I think you're
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
think you're
I
right,
just,
Sydney.
like-
It's just like literally not at all.
Yeah,
how I was
there's
raised.
like, you know, there's a chance where like there's a point where like, oh, it's just like politics talk, blah blah blah, and then it's a point where it's like this is happening to us right now, like turning point, you know, whatever. And then
Well, I mean,
so
speaking
like
of
there's a
turning
point where like the
and,
kids like they can't ignore it. They do know what's going on. They were at the festival. They were like rehearsing at the festival, and the Nazis came in. And Max was like, "Oh, thanks for not shutting us down, right?"
But of course,
know?
I believe we are currently going through human rights abuses that
Yeah.
we all know about, that we
Yeah.
do not discuss openly, and that we may act as if we knew less about once all the detail comes to light. You know, I think it's not something
Yeah.
unrelatable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
I believe
No,
there are
exactly.
16-year-olds we see every day that are entirely ignorant.
See, this is how
of the
great this
details.
movie is. It so still relates
It's
to modern
true.
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
But
anytime you bring up war, though, it could be used in modern time. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
But yeah, I really
not-
don't
you're
think
not
it's a
wrong right
chick
now.
flick. I'm
willing to accept it. It's
I know,
okay.
like we talk a lot about like if it being a musical makes it a chick flick, and I really feel a certain type of way about that. But I feel like this one's too old for that.
Yeah.
And it's just not.
Yeah.
It has a lot.
Highest
My
grossing
definition's
movie.
always just based on vibes. It's not the vibe.
Because I would say like subjectively, one could say there's what?
Closer to the mic.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
It's like there's a love story in basically every single chick flick. There are like side turmoils, lots of other characters.
A lot of movies have that too.
Very true. I was like, I don't know. There's Maria versus Elsa type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it has elements of a chick flick, but I
the
don't
strongest?
feel comfortable assigning one gender to this movie specifically.
Yeah. Is it the strongest chick flick? Probably not. It's not the strong. Like if I had to choose a movie to represent chick flicks, probably not Sound of Music.
For me, it's
Definitely
the
not.
core of it being Maria's story
Mm-hmm.
is where I'm coming from on it. I don't think that it's the musical aspect of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's kind of like, and I hate
but
to
I
be,
think-
but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I think even just because it's a woman's story doesn't necessarily make it a chick flick.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I agree with you,
Yes.
Jenna. I don't
Yeah.
think this is a chick flick. I'm happy to do it.
happy to do it.
And I made my
Thank you,
point about
guys.
yeah, of course.
what in this I think is for women, and it
Yeah.
that being a plot, the romance being a plot, tells me that they were thinking about women and intending it to be for women among other people while they were making
I
it.
mean, I think it's a
Yeah.
fascinating point in the concept of making media for women and these kind of, not early, but like a very old 4-quadrant movie,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we're trying to get everybody in the theater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good. It's such a good movie.
Yes. I agree. It's too old for it to be considered a chick flick just because it's a musical.
Yeah.
Broadway was big at the time, though. We covered My Fair Lady on this, which came out in 1964, the year before. And that is crazy to me because My Fair Lady, they're having people sing like in the while they're filming for the first time ever.
Right.
And then a year later, you have helicopter shots. You're shooting on location, a musical on location.
Hollywood moves fast.
It was so. I just
is
think that's
crazy.
crazy. Also, just this. There's so much money in this movie.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
And like they would
So much money.
never put that much money in a musical today. It's crazy.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, and it like you were talking about, how this is reminiscent of a lot of older musicals. The soft focus. Why aren't we doing that still?
Slathering butter on that lens.
Right.
They
Yeah.
did it on season 1 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Of course. Iconically.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
all were beautiful.
Yeah, and then Sydney brought up how influential this has been to like media. They're doing it on SNL. Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Oh, the TikTok I sent you.
Sampled.
Well,
I was reminiscing on a sketch that's just Max going, the family Von Trapp.
Yeah.
To the empty,
Yeah.
the family Von Trapp. Like every little part of this has been.
Well,
done.
they
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
they hold like an anniversary on TV for it.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
major
Yeah.
5-year
Yeah.
milestone. Like
Absolutely.
it's such a classic.
It is
It's-
representative of one of the most important parts of Hollywood history.
Absolutely.
yeah. Anyway, that's all I have.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on, Sydney.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh
Sid.
wait, we're not done. We're not done.
Oh,
we're not
wait,
done.
Yeah, we're not done.
Oh my gosh.
Your bag's there.
Yes. Okay. Wait, should I have you close your eyes? Should I?
Oh, you have
You
your
should
back.
do
I
it
thought
right
was in my
now,
room.
whatever you do.
I know, but should I have you close your eyes?
I don't know, but you make a decision
Close your
right
eyes.
now.
Only
Close your
some-
eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes. Okay, you too.
I know what it is.
I know.
I also know what it is.
I know, but you've never seen it.
I'm gonna open my eyes now.
No. Wait.
Oh, not yet?
We'll have to do it at the same
Our
time.
eyes are all
Okay.
closed.
We'll have to
Okay.
do it at the same time.
For those listening and not watching.
Okay.
Okay.
You.
Oh, my hand out. Okay.
And then for you.
Thank you.
Okay. And open.
Oh my god! Oh my god, the back, Sid.
So anyone who
That's
can't see, we can
crazy.
hit. So I am a really big crafty, and also I am not someone who grew up celebrating Christmas. However, I adore the idea of crafting ornaments. I tell my boyfriend all the time, as a kid who grew up celebrating Christmas, I'm like, you are every Jewish girl's dream. I get to celebrate Christmas without having to deal with any of the mess. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yes.
So for all of you who are watching, I painted ornaments in the theme and colors of our lovely feminine features.
The new logo.
The new logo on one end.
Shout out to Atlas.
Shout out to Atlas.
Can't wait to show this to them. This
That's
is
what I
so
said.
incredible.
And then on the other side, because it's the sound of music, I just did a little riff. I said the sound of Sydney.
And it's in the logo.
And
This
it's
looks great.
Thank you.
You did a
Looks
great
really
job.
good.
Thank you so much.
You really got both of the fonts down.
I forgot the glitter. Sorry. But,
Oh,
Don't
please.
care.
Don't
Sorry.
be.
but
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, Sid.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hanukkah starts tomorrow. Thank you for the
it
Hanukkah
actually
ornament.
starts tonight.
Tonight?
Every
Happy
other
Hanukkah, and
guest-
thank you for the ornament.
For every other guest that comes on our podcast, we do expect gifts.
Period.
Yeah, that's true. With the logo
The
incorporated.
bar has been set.
This is incredible. This is going to be on my family tree forever.
Yay. I'm
know,
so
so
happy.
cute.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, thanks for having me,
Oh my
guys.
gosh, thanks for coming
coming
on.
on.
Hopefully I added some lovely insight, some
Oh, you did.
passion.
Yes.
And I'm so I would be happy to come back again.
Okay.
Viewers watching, do you want Sydney to come back? Yes or no?
Well, you
Engage
invited
with
yourself
us.
onto our non-existent live show.
Yeah.
So-
You're part of the crew.
So, clearly, I'm a mega fan of Feminine Features, guys.
Mhm.
I begged. You guys don't understand. I begged.
Well,
When am I coming on?
we were always
on
gonna
the
have
podcast?
you. It was
Yeah.
hard to schedule.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
And happy holidays,
Oh,
everyone.
Happy
Totally.
holidays.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you to Atlas Renee for art, Shishkin Productions, Brianna Harley for music, and next week we're gonna be watching Sex and the City.
Let's go.
Yeah, follow us on social media. We have
dun,
TikTok,
dun,
Instagram,
dun,
Twitter,
dun,
Threads, and Letterboxd at
dun,
FemFeaturesPod.
Bye.